my lovelies. Today I'm doing a look that was requested. It's for a series of looks about Victoria's Secret, and here's the look that I'm going to do. It's a picture of Adriana Lima, and she's got a smoky purple eye, and this was requested for me to do because I have green eyes too and dark hair. So to get prepared, I've actually switched up my usual routine where I normally just use Bare Minerals foundation or just Mineralize Skin Finish Natural by MAC on its own. But today I actually used a liquid foundation. It's Maybelline Super Stay 16 Hour Silky Foundation, which has like a primer on one side and foundation on the other, squeeze it off, it's all together. I quite like it. I mean, it was quite cheap, about £10. I actually bought it from Sainsbury's because I was travelling. But yeah, it's quite good. So it's a little bit darker than my skin tone is at the moment. So as Adriana is quite a lot darker than me, I did that and I added quite a lot of bronzer on top, and then had really glowy cheeks and a really sparkly highlight using your Ladyship pigment. So I don't know if you can tell in the thing, my skin's got a bit more glow, especially as I'm really still a bit sickly. So I look healthier now. Anyway, so let's get started on the eye. It's a purple and brown look, and I've already added Urban Decay Primer Potion. I'm taking a flat shader brush and I'm starting off with Nocturnal by MAC, which is this colour right here. It's kind of dark shimmery red based purple. I'm just loading that and patting it all over my eyelid, pretty well, out of 2/3 I'd say probably, really. I am not using a coloured base. Normally I would use something like Macro Violet Paint Pot, or I think Royal Hue Shade Stick, but I don't actually own that. But today, on the picture, her eye is actually quite light, and since the shadow is also pigmented, you want to get a really, well, this is the look by the way, blended look, so I don't want to use a base, as I think there's enough colour going on here as it is. Okay, then I'm just going to clean off my brush, and I'm using Asphyxia from Urban Decay, which is this colour right here. It's a light blue shimmery purple with kind of pink and blue iridescence. You can use Stars and Rockets, it's exactly the same colour, or even Pink Pearl Pigment, really similar, or Fishnet from Urban Decay, or that pigment that looks fuchsia from Barry M. What number is it? Number 32 is this one. It's actually really purple, but it looks kind of a fuchsia colour before you put it on. So yeah, all those are pretty similar, and then we're just blending that into here. And then I'm also using that to blend the purple just slightly on the crease and slightly above it, because you see hers is darkest at the lash line and then kind of fades out. And then as you have so much shimmer going on after you've blended that out, so it's kind of graduating, getting a little bit lighter, I'm going to take this is a Lancome palette, but it's just a matte, very light purple colour. I don't have any dupes, but any kind of, you know, from a set, they always give you those really pastel purples that you just can't use because they don't show up very well. Well, here's your chance to use it, because this is going to blend out the shimmer towards the brow bone, because the thing is, she has shimmer on her eyelid, shimmer on her crease, and a really shimmery highlight, so I wanted to add something just a little bit matte, so it's not just a whole load of shimmer, because if you do that, like in the look I did yesterday, it was a nice look, but with those Urban Decay shadows, I find that if you have shimmer everywhere, it makes your eye kind of look flat, even though you're putting a dark colour in the crease, there's no dimension, because whenever the light hits it, it hits all the shimmers and they all reflect at the same time. I don't know if that's just me. Oopsie, here's my palette. Yeah, so I'm just getting a little bit of matte in here so that the shimmer here and here stands out as two different things, not just one flat disco ball. And then she has a really, really light white sparkly highlight. So I'm taking my highlighter brush and I'm using, what am I using? From MAC, Crystal Avalanche from MAC. And I'm using this quite sparingly because it's a really white colour, and especially if you want to do this look in the day, which you're welcome to. You don't want to have a really bright white highlight. but a lot of the modern smoky looks do highlight, so hers is really, really bright white. And even brighter than it will look on me because she's much darker than me in skin tone. So once you've blended all of that out, I know I'm doing it in a really weird order today, but I just thought I'd go up and then go back in. That's what it looks like. And now I'm going, because she has quite a lot of brown on the outside, I'm taking a 217, I'm going in with satin taupe, which is this colour here. And I was umming and ahhing over which brown to use, but you really want a blue based brown. This one has kind of almost a hint of purple in it. So it does go really well, and then just work that into the outer V. And also I'm smoking it a little bit at the outer edge of the eyelid, like so. Because hers is just, well, all around, it's a very well blended look, so don't worry if you're not being very careful. You're just adding a little bit of darkness and just work it in there to darken up that purple. And if you go a little bit too high, like I did just now, just take your blender brush, no colour on it, the one you used for your highlight, and just bring it back down. Don't want it too crazy. So it looks something like this. See how it's all coming together to be this. Now I'm taking my pencil brush and I'm using that satin taupe colour underneath on the outer third of my lash line, just to, you know, connect it to the crease, make it all look good together. And then I'm taking the same brush, Nocturnelle, and on the middle third, working that into the satin taupe. And then I'm taking the Asphyxia from Urban Decay, or Stars and Rockets from MAC, or whatever you're using, and do that on the inner third. Now we're going to quickly do the highlight. And hers, surprisingly enough, is not actually the white colour that was used here. It looks like a very kind of shimmery light gold. And I tried mixing Dazzle Light and forgetting the name of it, Crystal Avalanche together, which works, but actually for a brighter gold I'm going to use vanilla pigment. So I'm just getting that on my little brush and really packing it on, because you can see when she's turning like this, there's highlight all around here. So obviously I'm not going to do that much, but since I'm going out shopping now, or rather, don't you hate it when you buy something and you've paid for it, you leave, you get home and you find those tags still on, like the plasticky metal ones that make the alarms go off. Just shows that they don't really all make the alarms go off, because I bought this really nice jacket from French Connection the other day. Put it on, almost walked out the door until I realised there's a big fat white tag still on it, so now I have to go all the way back and get them to take it off. And I'm not even sure if I still have the receipt, so they're probably going to think I stole it. So there's that highlight, and I'm just going to pop a little bit of White Avalanche on top of that to make it less yellow. So it looks something like this. Now you can use Black Track Fluid Line to line your eye, and the way she has it lined is like here, I don't know if you'll be able to see, it's very thin and then it goes to a much thicker line, and there's a little bit of a wing, but quite a thick wing, not an extended wing. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. I did it this eye with Black Track, but I don't know, it looked a bit too harsh, so I've actually gone in with a Urban Decay 24/7 pencil, because hers is, it's not smoky, but it's not a really kind of, I find with liquid liners it's kind of a flat matte black, whereas with these cream liners it has a little bit of a sheen to it that just looks a little more natural, or I don't know. It's just my personal preference. I think it looks slightly less harsh, and the edges are more blended when you use the pencil. So we're just creating a short wing. So really, if you think about it, if you were looking straight, it just means that much less is covered here by the black than is on the outside. It's a much thicker line and much thinner on the inside. Ooh, dear. That was unfortunate. I was talking about having a thin line and then I just mucked it out very well. Just try and make the eyes the same. Roughly. And then last step, I'm